All right, everyone, this is Curtis Bryant. I'm part of several photography groups, and there's always a discussion when canvases come up about which canvas companies are the best. So inevitably, someone always mentions CG Pro prints because they're like the cheapest ones available. But I'm going to compare today CG Pro prints with Artsy Couture. Both of them are about the same price. Artsy's a little bit more expensive. CG's like the cheapest ones. I get the allure of CG because you can charge more money, make more money, or charge the same price, you can make more money off the CG because it's a little bit cheaper to get for you. But I'll show you the two differences here. So on her left, the girl with the high school senior is the CG print. The one on the right with the baby is an Artsy print. Both of these are studio samples that we had that we no longer use, so they were in the back storage room, so I figure I'll take them apart for you guys and show you the differences. First difference, if we come to the side, both of these are their thickest ones. CG advertises about 1.5 inches, I believe, and I think Artsy, their print size is advertised 1.5 inches, but not 100% sure on that. But you kind of see the difference in the thickness here. Again, Artsy's on the right, CG on the left. Both corners you can see pretty well wrapped. The CG one, I ripped the back open, so it's a little bit looser on here. But when it was sealed, both of them were pretty well wrapped in the corners, tight corners. I don't see too much of a difference there. Again, the thickness is the thing here. If we come in close to the texture, we can see if we can get a picture of the texture here. Can't really see it too much. The texture looks about the same on both. As far as like the canvas texture goes. I will say that the Artsy print, you can kind of see a little bit of the sheen there. They do seal their prints on the top with a clear coat. So it's a little bit smoother to the touch. The CG one is a little bit rougher to the finish. Feels like the uncoated canvas that you get somewhere. So Artsy seals there, so the colors, I'm assuming, will last a little bit longer if they're in the sun, stuff like that. So we flip over to the back. The benefits of both of these are solid front. The CG, when you tap it, it feels a little bit more solid to it. The other one, the Artsy one's a little bit hollow, and I'll show you the reason why in a second. But those are the fronts. So both of them are solid face, which a lot of photographers like because they don't warp like the hollow ones. So that's the benefits of both companies. Flip it over the back. Again, ignore the roughness of these papers because I peeled them apart for you guys for the video. But the main difference you can kind of see here, both of them have sealed backs, which is a benefit. The saw hooks that CG uses, they are attached to the paper. From what my understanding is, when I've ordered 20 by 30s, 30 by 40s from them, they have the same hanging hardware for all of their prints. Doesn't matter what size. You get two of these little pieces on the side here. They're just mounted to the board itself. Artsy actually, again, ignore the mess here, but Artsy actually staples theirs. So I had to kind of rip up the staples. You can kind of see that. But they're actually stapled. You can see a little staple in there. So they're stapled all around the corners. CG is glued. So their corners or their board is glued to the back. Artsy's is stapled. Their sawtooth hanger on the smaller prints is actually mounted into the canvas itself. It's not just put onto the paper or the backing like CG's is. So it's a little bit more sturdy as far as the back goes. I've had issues with CG with the glue peeling off a little bit. The older they get, the glue can kind of wear down. So it's kind of a benefit there to Artsy that it's actually stapled on all around the corners. So now when we take this apart, we're going to do CG first. It's a little bit rough. I had to kind of peel some of the paint off, or the glue off. If you can kind of see here, you see that it's about an inch thick of glue that they put all the way around the edge to seal this to the canvas. So now when we look at the actual canvas itself, there is the inside of it. So the inside of it is styrofoam. If we pull this out, we have about an inch and a quarter thick a piece of styrofoam that gets mounted inside your prints. All right, so now the base of it we have here. This looks like it's kind of like a bookbinder's board. You can kind of see the thinness here. Let me grab a screwdriver here. So the thinness, so the actual canvas here is actually glued to this board. You can kind of peel this off. It looks like it's glued all the way through and around, so it's kind of hard to peel off. You can kind of get an idea there. And then it's a really thin board. So I mean, if you look at the tip of the screwdriver up against the board here, let me see if I can get a good video of it. Right, let's come back to this side here. Here, let's try here. All right, so it gives you kind of a good shot. So it's a very thin piece of finder's board, it feels like, that it's mounted to. Cut edge. So it's just glued, and they put it together and glue it to the corner there, like you see, like that. And then like I said, the styrofoam is on the inside. Now let's go over to Artsy. All right, so Artsy's, when you take the cover off, it's hollow, so this gives you that hollow sound when I tapped it for you. But if you look here, it looks like the canvas, and I can't even peel up the corner of this canvas. Let me get my razor blade real quick to kind of show you. Yeah, it's not even coming off there. So I mean, I can't even peel off that canvas. It looks like it's glued on. Kind of come here to the corner. It looks like it's actually glued onto the corner there, but I can't even get the razor blade underneath it to get it peeled up. That's cutting into the thing. Yeah, I can't even get underneath that. It does appear that the canvas is about the same thickness as far as the actual material of the canvas goes. It feels like it's about the same thickness on both of them, so they're probably printed on the same type of printers. The main difference that you can see here comes to the corners. Let's show you this corner over here. This corner over here, you have staples. You see little staples in there. All four corners are stapled. That one's covered with the paper. Here's another one here. So all the corners are stapled, so I can't even lift them up. Unlike you see with CG, you can just peel it apart. This one I can't even, it's not even coming up. The other main difference here, if we turn this sideways, let me grab my same screwdriver just used a second ago. We're gonna go sideways with this here. Here's the thickness so you can see the difference. So the CG print canvas, and you can just come up to the corner here, see if you can compare them side by side. All right, so CG is now on top, and the Artsy one is at the bottom. So you can tell that the Artsy one is probably 5 times thicker than the CG one. Again, CG on top, Artsy on the bottom. So the actual thickness of the board, they both feel like they're kind of binder's board, something that material. So the material feels about the same. It's just that the board is thicker on the CG, or the Artsy, I'm sorry, than it is on the CG. So the CG is a lot thinner. Artsy is a lot more thick with their board. Overall, like I said, I can't even peel this up if I shake it. I can't even make the thing move. So I mean, it's a lot sturdier product. And again, here's the little sawtooth hook thing that's attached into it, and I can't even peel this up. So if I try to rip this out, it's not even coming out. So it can't come out there. So from the actual build quality of it, the Artsy print is a lot more solid. Again, here's the CG. I'm just like bending this like paper. We can actually probably bend it in half if we want to. Yeah, that's like it's pretty easy to. I can bend that in half if I wanted to. There's just 2 fingers. So it's a lot thinner. This one, the Artsy one, I can't even. And I mean, nobody would be this violent with their canvas, but I mean, it's not even shaken apart. So it's a lot more sturdy, even though it's hollow. And it sounds hollow when you tap it. CG doesn't sound hollow because you have the styrofoam that's in there. But as far as build quality goes, Artsy far surpasses CG Pro. That's not to say CG Pro does a bad job. It's just an inferior product. So, you know, it's cheaply made. I can see using CG Pro for studio samples, things like that. It's a little bit cheaper to order. But as far as client orders go, there's no reason not to use Artsy. It's a little bit more expensive, but the actual product that you get is rock solid. I mean, if I can try to bend this with one hand, it's not even moving. Whereas this one just comes apart. So like I said, we can just bend this and make it flimsy. Now it's just like a flat piece of paper. So I mean, there's nothing to the CG ones. Artsy's a lot sturdy, a lot solid. So if my paying clients are investing a lot of money with me, I think it's kind of clear which product I would use. As far as regular prints, if we come up here to this one, this is a canvas on demand canvas. It's a thin version here. If we get to other canvas companies, the reason they're more expensive is if we zoom back here, you can see there's a wood frame there. So again, it's stapled to the canvas. Canvas thickness is about the same as you see with like the Artsy and the CG. The hanging hardware is a little bit more sturdy. The overall piece with the wood is sturdy. The only thing I don't like about the traditional canvases is that they are soft on the front. So they can, over time, we're in humid Florida, so wood tends to expand with the humidity. So over time, that can end up sagging or ends up warping. I have a couple here that are warped in the studio. We don't have an issue with the CG one because it's a solid piece. There's no warping. It's glued to the thing. So hopefully that helps make your guys' decision. I know no one's really done a side-by-side comparison or ripped theirs apart, but I had a couple extra ones here. So hopefully that helps. Let me know if you guys have any questions. See ya.